This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas.
And I'm Erika Kristensen. Tonight on the Scorecard.
Hamilton's crash doesn't slow his Ferrari tests, while Shi Wei to make history as wildcard in F1 Academy. FEU Baby Tamaraws stay perfect, beat Ateneo in UAP high school football. In the NBA, PJ Washington heats up late as the Mavericks edge out the Pelicans in a nail-biter. Meanwhile, Leonard and Powell spark late surge as the Clippers pull away from the Spurs. And we have the lady who made the country's double Olympic gold medal haul in Paris possible, Cynthia Carreon. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 30th of January. Now here's our roundup.
In F1, Lewis Hamilton had a minor mishap during his second day of testing with Ferrari at Spain's Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, but escaped unscathed. The seven-time F1 world champion crashed while pushing the limits of his new Ferrari, but the incident doesn't seem to be causing concern within the team. Ferrari is already busy fixing the car for teammate Charles Leclerc to continue his runs. This marks Hamilton's second major test with Ferrari after driving the 2023 spec car earlier in the week. Ferrari boss Fred Vasseur assured the team is not worried, seeing this as part of the process for Hamilton to adapt to his new car. Hamilton will continue testing next week during a Pirelli tire test before gearing up for the launch of the 2025 Ferrari in February, hitting the preseason tests in Bahrain later that month. Meanwhile, Chinese racing star Shi Wei has been confirmed as the first wildcard entry for the 2025 F1 Academy season, making history as the first ever Chinese driver to compete in the series. Wei, who clinched the Challenge Cup at the 2024 FIA F4 Chinese Championship, will join the grid for the season opener in Shanghai in March. Now, the Wildcard Initiative, introduced in 2024, aims to provide more opportunities for talented drivers in regional F1 Academy races, and Wei will compete in all 7 rounds of the season.
Far Eastern University Diliman kept their perfect run alive in the UAP Season 87 High School Boys Football Tournament with a 2-0 win over Ateneo de Manila University at the UP Diliman Football Stadium. The Baby Tamaraws have now won 3 straight games, sitting atop the standings with 9 points. And impressively, they've yet to concede a goal. In a tight first half, the game remained scoreless until FEU Diliman broke through after the break. Striker Jorby Anito opened the scoring in the 48th minute, while substitute Jeremy Biton sealed the win just 2 minutes later, notching his 3rd goal of the season. Meanwhile, University of Santo Tomas and De La Salle Zobel bounced back from their previous draw with important victories, with UST trouncing Claret School 5-1 and La Salle edging out Patef Southridge 1-0 to both move to 7 points.
Now in the NBA, what started as a back-and-forth battle turned into a thrilling finish with PJ Washington stepping up just in time to lift the Dallas Mavericks to a 137-136 win over the New Orleans Pelicans on Wednesday night. Washington had a quiet start but found his rhythm eventually in the fourth quarter, hitting all 4 of his 3-pointers when it mattered the most. He finished with 25 points and 14 rebounds, while Kyrie Irving also added 25 points and 6 assists to keep Dallas in control. Daniel Gafford was a force inside, making all 9 of his shots for 22 points, along with 12 rebounds and 5 blocks. The Mavericks came alive in the second half, putting up 80 points and shooting nearly 66% from the field. Klay Thompson chipped in 20 points, hitting 6 threes to help stretch the lead. On the Pelicans side, though, Trey Murphy led the way with 32 points, and Zion Williamson was a powerhouse, scoring 29 in just 28 minutes. CJ McCollum added 23 points and made history with his last-second 3-pointer, becoming New Orleans' all-time leader in 3-pointers made. Dallas pulled ahead in the third quarter and built a 10-point lead early in the fourth, thanks to a string of 3-pointers. The Pelicans kept fighting, but McCollum's final shot at the buzzer left them short, extending their losing streak to 4 games.
Meanwhile, the Los Angeles Clippers turned up the heat in the fourth quarter with Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell each dropping 27 points to secure a 128-116 win over the San Antonio Spurs on Wednesday night. Big man Ivica Zubac was a force inside, finishing with 21 points and a dominant 22 rebounds, going head-to-head with Spurs rookie sensation Victor Wembanyama, or should I say sophomore sensation. The matchup between the two got a little heated in the third quarter when Wemby hit the floor after a shove from behind. Wembanyama, visibly frustrated, charged toward him before teammates and staff stepped in. Despite the tense moments, no fouls were called and the game moved on. The Spurs made a push in the third quarter, going on a 17-9 run and even taking a brief lead early in the fourth. But the Clippers responded quickly, closing strong to seal their third win in 4 games.
And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. Have you guys ever wondered how wakeboarders seem to float in mid-air, defying gravity with ease? The secret lies in the ollie, a trick that's as thrilling as it is foundational. The ollie is a signature move in wakeboarding that showcases a rider's ability to defy gravity, relying solely on their body to make the board soar. Now, this trick involves the rider using their knees and their core to generate upward force, lifting the board off the water's surface without pulling on the tow rope. It's a pivotal move in wakeboarding, serving as the foundation for more advanced aerial tricks. Mastering the ollie gives riders greater control and much more freedom, allowing them to experiment with spins, with flips and grabs, all while riding the wake. Whether you're a beginner or, a seasoned pro, mastering the ollie opens up endless possibilities in the world of wakeboarding, where creativity and skill go hand in hand.
Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. Super Bowl 59 isn't just about football. It's a full-on entertainment spectacle. While Taylor Swift and other A-listers will be in the stands, the real star power will be on stage with a stacked lineup. New Orleans' own John Batiste will kick things off with the national anthem, while Lauren Diago and trombone shorty bring the soul with America the Beautiful. Rap icon Kendrick Lamar is headlining the Apple Music halftime show, with SZA joining as a special guest. Expect a high-energy, unforgettable performance. And who's playing? It's a rematch. The Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles face off again after their epic 38-35 showdown in Super Bowl 57. Mahomes and Hurts are back, joined by new playmakers like Eagles running back Saquon Barkley. The Chiefs make their 5th Super Bowl appearance in 6 seasons and are chasing another championship after last year's OT thriller against the 49ers. The Super Bowl 59 kicks off on February 9, the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. So whether you're here for the game, the music, or the ads, this Super Bowl is set to deliver.
That is so exciting. Now, when we return, join us in a chat with the lady who helped make Philippine gymnastics history, Cynthia Carreon. So keep it here on The Scorecard.
Magandang gabi, ako po si Pinky Webb.
At ako naman si Corina Sanchez-Rojas.
Ngayong 2025, kombinasyong Corina Sanchez-Rojas at Pinky Webb. Dalawang mababahayag na subok sa tapang at talino.
Simulcast tayo sa DWAR Abante Radyo at 94.7 Mellow BFM.
Mapapanood din tayo sa Abante Teletabloid sa Sky Cable. Sa bawat issue may anggulo at ang balita may agenda.
You're watching Business 360, where we break down the numbers, connect the dots, and give you the developments and insights you need to navigate, adapt, and lead. World leaders react to Donald Trump's return to the White House. Finance Chief Ralph Recto says that the Philippines could even profit from Trump's new tariff strategy. President Bongbong Marcos doubles down on incentives to supercharge the Philippines' semiconductor industry. That's for Business 360. I'm Mikey Oreta. Keep it here on BNC, the Billionaire News Channel, always on top.
Welcome back to The Scorecard. She is the force behind the country's best national sports association, the lady who dared to make a nation's Olympic dream come true. Here's Anton Rojas with Gymnastics Association of the Philippines President Cynthia Carreon. It's Carreon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma'am Cynthia, I've heard before that the first time you saw Carlos Yulo was when he was only 7 years old. Take me back to that moment when you first saw him. Did you see the potential right away, and how did you know that he was destined for greatness?
The fact that he was committed, always when there, always training. You can see that he wanted to be an athlete, and he was not. He was a nothing. He was only there to learn how to tumble.
Yeah.
But I could see he was catching. I was trying to imitate the gymnast. So I said, because I say he's imitating the gymnast, why don't you join the Batang Pinoy, Carlos? I said, because sure, mom. Right away, he was happy, and so he really trained and he won the medals. I said, okay, Carlos, I'll give you a coach now. You joined the Palarong Pambansa. The coach was coaching. He coached and he won the medals again. See, I could see, and I said, okay, coach. And that time, Coach Munihiro was in the Philippines with another athlete. Okay. From Palestine or something like that. And then I said, Coach, would you stay over and coach Carlos? Because he's really dedicated and he has the passion to win. So Munihiro said, okay, Mom, I'll stay. Oh, I was so happy. But nobody wanted to give him the salary of a coach. Nobody wanted to give him the salary of a foreign coach. So I had to come up with our own money to pay him, just to pay him, although he didn't ask for so little money, but we were paying for his coaching course. After that, he said, Mom, I have to bring him to the World Championship. Junior, that is 18 years and under, Junior World Championship. I said, no, he'll be kulela. But yeah, no, Mom, he won't. He needs exposure. So I brought him. We brought him. He won 3rd place. Imagine World Championship or 3rd place. And the head of the training committee, the technical committee, he told me, Cynthia, you take care of that boss. Because if he didn't do poorly in the Tamar horse, he would have won silver medal. He would have been 2nd place in the world. That really inspired me right there. That went all the way. But of course, I'm the only one who knows it. And the Philippines didn't want to support him. I wanted him to go with Coach Mooney. I didn't want to be left here. And who's going to coach him? So I said, no, you have to go with him, Carlos. Yes, he said, it's okay. So now it's to find the money. That is when I was begging and begging, and everybody didn't want to help me. But unless Manny Pangilinan said yes, that's the start.
Ma'am, just so people have an idea, obviously overseas training has a cost. And we're talking about good facilities, food and everything.
Yeah. School, yes.
Yeah, school. Like, how much does it cost to send somebody abroad for a certain period of time? Like, for example, Carlos, to train with Munihiro.
18 million.
18 million.
I'm talking about the whole
thing. Wow. And how long is that? Is that a year?
That is, I think that cost us for 2 years. 3 years.
That's 18 million.
Yeah. Wow. I was able to get for me some free freebies from the school and from training because we didn't have the money anymore.
Wow. Okay. Ma'am, before we talk about the triumph in Paris, I want to ask about Tokyo. Of course, Carlos didn't finish at the podium there. Did that help and motivate him? How much did he learn from that experience para makabawi siya? Yes.
Kasi in Tokyo, he was not mentally prepared. For me, being mentally prepared is what puts you as a champion. Emotionally and mentally, that's more important, physical. Because a powerful mind can carry a weak body. You have powerful mind, you can do anything. I kept on telling Carlos, got to get that mind powerful. And emotionally, he was not prepared because you see all not used to all the people watching. It was so nerve-wracking. And me, myself, I was bundle of nerves.
Yeah.
You know, I was not prepared. But Paris was different. We were prepared. I brought in a judge, one of the best judges, that he could tell Carlos when he's doing his routine what is his deduction. Because if you know gymnastics, you have a lot of deductions. If you don't point your toes, it's deducted. If when you do that thing, if your head is not 4 inches above the ground, it's deducted. If it's 5 inches, deduction. Everything is deduction, and that helped.
Describe the emotions that were going through your brain when that happened.
It was so, I mean, emotion was so big. I couldn't help but my tears to come down, especially to hear that the flag of our Filipino flag, you know, and when he came down and Carlos hugged me and we both cried together, it was a cry of happiness.
Ma'am Cynthia, with all of the incentives that Carlos has received since coming back, would you say that the incentives have outweighed the investment for him to become a world champion, an Olympic gold medalist?
Because he deserved those incentives, you know. But I think the NSA deserves it also. We don't get what sense. I was telling Congress, what about the NSA? We're the ones who need the money because we have 8 disciplines. We have trampoline, we have sports, we have rhythmic, and we have WAG. Not only MAG. And the Congress said, we'll make another law for you. We put that.
Ma'am Cynthia, one of my favorite interviews that I've heard, this is a quote that you said. As the NSA, it's our job to take care of all of the problems with the athlete so that the athlete can just think about the competition.
Yes, exactly. Everything, the uniform, any problem they have, the NSA absorbs it. And every time they want, it said, don't bother, Carlos, give it to me. I will be the one to handle it. Because I don't want him to have any worries in his head. You know, nothing at all.
Ma'am, let's talk about the next 4 years. You've said that you want more gold medalists. So what's the plan of the NSA, the Gymnastics Association of the Philippines, to produce more Olympians and medalists in gymnastics?
I have good people. I have good gymnasts. And I have good grassroots. So we'll do it. And I have, yeah.
All right. Do you have a message, Ma'am Cynthia, to anybody who is watching right now to support Philippine gymnastics and to any athlete out there who has a dream and to go after that dream despite the odds?
Yeah. That's it. You just said it. Despite all the odds, anybody there watching that wants, you don't believe in yourself, I know you can do it. How did Carlos do it? He was nothing, but he believed in himself. You got to believe that you can do it. You can do the impossible. You know, if you really want it, you can do it. So, and gymnastics, I'm telling you, is a sport that teaches you this discipline, it teaches you strength, it teaches you flexibility, and it teaches you balance. With those 4, you can get to any sport.
Ma'am Cynthia, again, we can't thank you enough for all your contributions, for guiding Carlos, and best of luck in the next 4 years as we will be rooting for you for the next gold medalists here in the Philippines. Thank you very much, Ma'am Cynthia.
When the scorecard returns, we will look into the upcoming NFL matchups, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Good job, Erika.
Good morning, everyone! Singing. We want to be every morning.
Hello, I'm Paulo Del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Rise and shine, beautiful people. I'm Ann Assis Carrillo. And I'm Monique Suzan. Your mornings are low fun with us.
So excited to bring it all here for you.
Make this day an unforgettable one by choosing joy and spreading kindness wherever you go. Only here on It's a Beautiful Day.
The latest news, national issues,
with regard to was very vocal about charter change.
the political scene, the trust and approval ratings of President Bongbong Marcos and Vice President Sara Duterte decline, and conversations with prominent personalities.
Brings back wonderful memories of past Christmases when I was a little boy in Iloilo.
Be timely informed, be insightful of the news. All these firsthand at the forefront.
Welcome back to the scorecard. It is time to keep your eyes on the prize. Anton Roxas will break down the upcoming matchups to deliver key insights that might just give you the edge that you need to stay ahead of the game. Take it away, Anton.
Thank you so much, Erika. All right, folks, let's talk about the biggest X factor in this game. In the NFL Super Bowl, number 87, Travis Kelce. This guy has been here before. He delivered in the biggest moments, and now, with another ring on the line, the question is, how big of a role is he going to play? First off, let's state the obvious. Kelce is Mahomes' go-to guy. We all know it. Defenses know it. And somehow, he still finds a way to get open. This guy is basically a human cheat code in the red zone. Just look at what he has done over the years in these high-stakes games. Every time the Chiefs need a score, Kelce is right there. When you see a prop about him getting in the end zone, yeah, that just feels inevitable. The yards after catch maestro is one of the most underrated things about Kelce, and that is how effortlessly he makes it look. He's not the fastest guy on the field, but his footwork, his vision, and his chemistry with Mahomes makes him virtually unguardable. And that's where the 22-plus yards in each half conversation comes in. Does that feel like something he does in his sleep? Pretty much. A couple of chunk plays here, a big third down conversion there, it adds up quickly. And against a defense that will have its hands full with the Chiefs' deep threats, yeah, I'd be stunned if he doesn't rack up at least that much. Kelce in a win, that's history talking now. So let's zoom out for a second. How many times have we seen Kelce dominate and the Chiefs still lose? It's rare. This guy has never been just a stat patter. His production matters, and when he's clicking, it usually means Kansas City is clicking. So if you're looking at Kelce to score and the Chiefs to win, that's just following the script that we've seen over and over and over again. The volume play, 8+ receptions. And here's the thing about Mahomes. When the stakes are high, he trusts his guys. And his guy, it's number 87, Kelce. The target share speaks for itself. The Chiefs' offense, despite some struggles earlier in the year, still runs through him when it counts. And when we're talking about 8+ receptions, that's basically just Mahomes doing what Mahomes does, feeding his best player. You want to talk about setting the tone? Picture this. Kansas City gets the ball first. Mahomes marches them down the field. And who is sitting in the middle of the end zone finding space like he always does? You guessed it. Number 87, Travis Kelce. The Chiefs love to make a statement early, and there's no better statement than Kelce being the first to break the goal line. The grand finale, 2 touchdowns. Now, this is where we start talking legacy. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Kelce with 2 touchdowns in a Super Bowl, that is the stuff of legends. And when you think about how the Chiefs' offense operates, this isn't some far-fetched idea. We've seen it before. Mahomes trusts him. The game plan will always include him. And if this game turns into a shootout, you better believe that Kelce is getting multiple shots at the end zone. Look, at the end of the day, this game is about winning championships. And there is no one, and I mean no one, on this Kansas City roster outside of Mahomes who understands that better than Travis Kelce. When the moment is big, he delivers. And if the Chiefs are winning this game, you better believe that Kelce is at the center of it. And that wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize.
Amazing, Anton. Now, before we go, think on this. From a former NFL player, coach, and commentator, a 5-time Pro Bowler and Hall of Fame tight end, Mike Ditka once said, "You are never a loser until you quit trying."
Erika, are you a Swiftie?
Yeah, I would say.
So I would think that if you're a Swiftie, you're going to be rooting for Kansas City over Philadelphia in the Super Bowl.
Yes, and not only because I'm a Swiftie, but also because they're really good. I mean, we have to give them credit for their talent, diba?
Yeah, and it helps big time that they have somebody like Taylor Swift helping them out.
Absolutely. Marketing, diba?
And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, on the Billionaire News Channel. I'm Anton Rojas.
Once again, I'm Erika Kristensen. Have a blessed evening.
Good night.